Hi, sixth grade students and families. It's Ms. Lutz again. And so our next lesson, lesson 24 from Second Step, is about making amends. And what we'll find out today is making amends isn't just about apologizing if you make a mistake, but trying to fix it and do something right with a person that you've harmed. Okay, I want you to think about a time someone apologized to you. What had that person done? How did it feel to hear the apology? And did the person do anything besides apologize? Stand up if you've ever made the mistake of saying or doing something you later regretted or felt bad about. I am standing up to sixth graders because adults make mistakes too with saying and doing things. So just so you know, it happens to all of us. Again, stand up if you've ever made the mistake of saying or doing something that made someone else angry or upset. Also stand up if you've ever made the mistake of saying or doing something that resulted in a serious conflict. At some point, most everyone will make the mistakes of saying or doing something that results in a serious conflict. This is a part of life. When this happens, how can apologizing help? Sometimes an apology or saying sorry isn't enough to make up for a mistake. Think about a time someone tried to apologize to you, but it wasn't enough. I'm going to give an example since we don't have the whole class with us here. So when I was in sixth grade, hanging out with my friends, I think it was kind of early spring, it was kind of muddy out, we were riding bikes, and I rode by my friend and kind of splashed mud all over a new sweatshirt that she had just bought. Again, right away, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for mud to go all over your sweatshirt. And so I offered to wash it and get it back to her the next day. And I knew she was kind of mad. Like it wasn't just enough for me to be like, hey, I'm sorry I got you all muddy with your sweatshirt. But she did appreciate the next day when I brought it back to her cleaned up. And again, that's an example of when an apology or saying sorry isn't enough. Sometimes you have to do something to make amends and fix it. Again, making amends is more than saying I'm sorry. It means actively doing something to help repair the damage. Another example would be you accidentally took someone's pen, you replace it the next time you see them, like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take it. And then you fix it along with the I'm sorry. Again, just by yourself, think of a scenario where someone might say or do something that causes a serious conflict. This is where you can have your green packet out, your second step packet from school, and write things down in there, or any kind of paper that you have around, or just think about it. Again, with whatever scenario, we're not going to trade scenarios, but with your specific scenario, think of at least 3 ways you could make amends for whatever mistake you came up with. And again, making amends is more than saying I'm sorry. It means actively doing something to help repair the damage or fix it with the person. If you're stuck, if you're having trouble thinking of how to make amends, try asking yourself these questions. What were your thoughts and feelings when the conflict started? What are your thoughts and feelings now? And what can you do to make things better? We're going to skip this part. Again, on those green sheets that you have at home, if you'd like to, you can come up with a way of making amends and write a couple sentences down on there, 2 or 3 sentences. And it's a great skill in life to be able to apologize, say sorry if you make mistakes, and everyone does. Remember, we talked about that, kids and grown-ups. And then making amends means you try to repair some damage that you've caused or fix it with the person. It's not just saying it, but it's showing it with your actions. Nice job, 6th graders. That is your second step lesson for this week.